So the topic of today is escape versus Destiny's Child. Hmm. Who you got your money on? Chime down in the chatterization down below. Cause your girl Kandi has indicated that she thinks escape would take it. The OGs. Well, we'll get into exactly what she actually said in just 1 second. But let me tell you, and then we'll talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta ratings because we have got to get into that. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell button, hit that the subscribe button, join the texting community so I can text you as soon as the new video drops. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the tea of the day. Okay. So I first saw this story while I was running some errands, and the headlines read, and shout out to our friends over at Bravo While Black. It reads, Kandi Burris feels escape would beat Destiny's Child in the verses. Now, true enough, when you look online and when you Google Kandi Destiny's Child, this is the headline you will see in most places. And Bravo While Black indicates in the edits of their comments, we are aware that Kandi didn't say those exact words. Thank you for reminding us 1,000,001 times. We just want to have a laugh and entertain the idea of it. Thank you so much. So, what did Kandi actually say? Well, I think that we need to get into it. Okay. So, a large part of this video was I really just wanted to make this graphic because I just thought it would be a dope idea to see the two groups side by side. And I added in Latoya Luckett just as a little bit of, extra flavor to make to make the numbers equal, okay? Even though it could have just been, the DC3, I thought, why not add in Latoya Luckett? Because I thought that would just jazz things up a bit because she got a voice on her as well. So what I did was you go back, and this is actually a clip from Watch What Happens Live on, I think it was Sunday.
Or Xscape.
Oh, really?
Escape. Yeah, Escape. Okay.
We know Gene.
Yeah. Who would win, Reba? Who would win, Destiny's Child or Xscape?
Oh, really?
Escape. Yeah, Escape. Okay.
We know Gene.
Yeah. Who would win?
Okay,
Reba?
so as you
Who
guys
would
can
win,
hear,
Destiny's
Kandi is basically, it's Lil Jon that's basically going in for Escape. Most likely because he's sitting right there beside Kandi. And Candy's like, okay, all Kandi says is the OGs, right? So, of course, the headline is all over the place right now when you Google it. So, I thought it would be fun to let's have a little ponderosa about it. Let's really discuss the actual idea of who could potentially win this battle. I mean, we can go over to Amazon.com and we can look at the greatest hits albums from each group and just sort of get an idea of what we're working with song wise. Okay. For Escape, we have Just Kicking It, which that's the jam right there. You have Understanding, Feel So Good. Who Can I Run To? Okay. You got You're My Little Secret. The Arms of the One Who Loves You, one of those love songs, Softest Place on Earth, In the Rain, Let's Do It Again. Escape has those deep, deep R&B hits, baby. They got the soulful vocals. You cannot take that away from them. However, when we take things over to the Amazon.com and we look at the number one's album from Destiny's Child, then we can see that there's a lot of, top 10 number one hits here as well. You got Independent Women Part 1, you got Survivor, you got Soldier, you got Check on It, which is, thrown in from Beyonce. You got Jumpin', you got Lose My Breath, you got Say My Name, you got Emotion, you got Bugaboo, you got Bootylicious, Bills, Girl, No, Part 2, and you got Cater to You. And Feel the Same Way I Do was an extra bonus track on the album, and as was Stand Up for Love. Okay. So you definitely got a few more hits over here. Okay. And you got you know, Destiny's Child had that R&B / pop landscape down. I mean, they had the girl power anthems down. So for me, it's interesting, this idea of a versus between the two. Now, I know this will never happen, okay? Never in a million years will this happen. However, I do think that it would be interesting to see. Number one, I think because of just Beyonce and Destiny's Child reuniting would just be an epic moment in general. But I think it would be also interesting because Kandi and Tiny have also, specifically Kandi, has also written for Destiny's Child as well to contribute to a couple of those hits. I gotta say, in my opinion, I love Xscape. You know, I love what they do, and because they still doing the doggone thing, I'm gonna have to give this one to the Destiny's Child for the pure spectacle of what they do when they are together. There is magic in that group that is just unstoppable, man. It's just unstoppable. And again, we are aware that Kandi didn't specifically say that Xscape will win, although she did say the OGs, and she's supposed to rock for her group. That's what you do, man. That's what you do. And it's a versus. So these versus battles are usually to celebrate each of the groups. And I think it would be fun to see all of these ladies together in some way, shape, or form. Can we just see this lineup of Destiny's Child do something? I just think that that would be amazing. And sonically, it would be dope to hear. Okay. So that's that on that. Chime down in the chatterization what you guys think. Who do you think would pop out, a little bit more? You know what I'm saying? I know who I said, but I want to know who you guys think as well. All right. So let's move on over to these numbers for the Real Housewives of Atlanta for the 14th season. Is it season 14? Is we on season 14? It's so hard to keep up these. Yeah, it's season 14. Season 14, episode 4. And for that, we're going to take things over to TV Deets to give us the tea on exactly what we're looking at in terms of numbers for the ratings. Okay. So as you guys can see here, the ratings have risen. Thank God. Okay. So episode 4 jumped to 992,000, 992,000 viewers, almost reaching that million viewer mark. And this is the largest audience of the season thus far, writes TV Deets. And again, you can always check the reality TV ratings for some of your favorite reality TV shows like Housewives, and by checking TV Deets. I think they usually do them on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. So luckily we got that in. But for comparison's sake, let's take a look at what last week's numbers were for the second episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And in order to do that, let's see here. Did we get numbers for Beverly Hills last week? Yes, we did. So Atlanta is beating out Beverly Hills right now. Not by much, but it's definitely beating them in the current ratings rankings. Although we'll see what happens when we get to the new episode for Beverly Hills coming up. But I will tell you that this was one of the best episodes I've seen in a very long time for Beverly Hills. So I'm shocked to see that the numbers actually went down from the previous week, okay, when it was at 1.15 million. So that's interesting to see. So we can definitely see a trend up for our Atlanta ladies. Thank God. I'm glad that these numbers are rising, as I kind of felt like they would. But let me know again, are you guys watching Atlanta when it comes on, or are you watching it later? And are you tuned in and tapped in to Beverly Hills in the new season? Let your boy know in the chat down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.